All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Excited to be here.
You guys sent in some articles about Mike Evans and his injury during the Buccaneers game.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a deep dive into that today.
Should be interesting.
So even if you're not a huge football fan, you can still get something out of this.
For sure.
We're going to be talking about like athletic performance and all the things these athletes have to go through.
And the pressure.
Yeah, the pressure and what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
Mike Evans, for those of you who didn't see it, he just hit a huge milestone, 100 career touchdowns.
Pretty amazing.
Which is...
100 career touchdowns. Think about that for a second.
I can't.
Most people can't even fathom getting one.
I know.
And he's got 100.
I know, it's wild. And only 11 players in NFL history have ever done that within their first 11 seasons.
11 seasons, right?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It really is like the
It's
consistency
like the same.
year after year.
The consistency and the work ethic that goes into it.
Absolutely.
You know, you gotta stay healthy. You gotta perform.
And that's what makes this injury even harder to watch, because it's like right after this incredible accomplishment.
I know, it's heartbreaking.
He goes down with his hamstring injury after attempting this like really tough catch.
Awful.
And you could tell like the way he went down.
Immediately.
They're grabbing his leg.
Yeah, you know it's bad when they grab their hamstring like that.
It's like instant pain.
Yeah, it's tough to watch.
And you could just feel the hearts of like Buccaneers fans everywhere just sink.
Buccaneers fans and probably Mike Evans himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Just a wave of disappointment.
Talk about an emotional roller coaster ride.
Yeah, celebrating that achievement and then boom.
Right.
Injury.
You're at the top of the world and then...
Exactly. You never know with this game.
It's a really good point. Like one play can completely change
Everything.
an athlete's career.
100%.
And what's crazy is that Evans was apparently dealing with some hamstring tightness even before the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there were reports of him being limited in practice.
So he was already playing through it.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder, like, was he pushing himself too hard?
You have to wonder.
Like, at what point does it become too risky?
Tough call.
I don't know.
Especially in a high-stakes game like that.
And the pressure to perform,
Oh, yeah. The pressure is immense.
especially in the NFL.
Absolutely. Every game is crucial.
And every game could be your last.
Exactly. You can't afford to sit out unless you absolutely have to.
You're playing for your contract.
Your career, everything.
So it's going to be interesting to see, like, what the MRI results say and how they manage his recovery.
For sure.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, the Buccaneers also lost Chris Godwin in that same game.
No way.
Yeah, he dislocated his ankle,
Brutal.
which, I mean, I can't even imagine.
That's got to be so painful.
Ouch.
Just awful luck for the Buccaneers.
Talk about a double whammy.
They're really up against it now.
They lost two of their most powerful offensive players.
Their top two receivers gone.
It's like, what do you even do at that
Yeah,
point?
it's a true test for the coaches and the rest of the team.
This is where it gets interesting, though,
How about that?
because it really highlights the importance of adaptability,
100%.
like being able to pivot.
You got to adjust your game plan, figure out who's going to step up.
Exactly. And this isn't just true for sports.
It's
Life. Like, this applies to everything.
everything.
1 minute you're cruising along and the next?
Boom, curveball.
Exactly.
Got to adapt or get left behind.
And speaking of curveballs and having to adapt, have you heard of podcastworld.io?
Podcastworld.io. Yeah, I've heard of it.
So that's basically like,
It's a game changer.
it is a game changer,
For anyone who loves podcasts.
especially with how much information is out there these days.
It's overwhelming.
It is so overwhelming.
You know, you try to stay up on everything, but it's impossible.
Yeah, you're listening to a podcast and it's like an hour long.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what were they talking about 10 minutes ago?
Exactly. And you're scrolling through trying to find that one part.
And you never find it.
It's the word.
But this is where podcastworld.io comes in.
It's amazing.
It's like AI, but for podcasts.
AI-powered search engine just for podcasts.
You can find the exact moment an expert discusses a specific topic.
No more wasting time scrolling through hours of audio.
Right.
It's a game changer.
And they have this AI chatbot feature.
Don't even get me started on the chatbot.
Okay, go.
You can have a conversation with the AI about the podcast.
I know.
Like you're talking to the host themselves.
It's so cool.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, so back to the Buccaneers, though.
Right, sorry.
We covered a lot.
A lot of ground.
Mike Evans, incredible milestone, the unfortunate timing of his injury, and then poor Chris Godwin.
Two major blows for the Buccaneers.
It'll be interesting to see how they adapt.
Absolutely.
But it really makes you think, like,
At what point does pushing yourself become too much?
whether you're an athlete or just in your everyday life.
It's a tough question.
It's a tough question, and it's one that we should all probably ask ourselves more often.
I agree.
All right, everybody. Well, that's another deep dive in the books.
Until next time.
See ya.